This 17 News at Noon podcast is brought to you by Clinica Sierra Vista.
Welcome back to the 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Well, good day. I'm Elena Rusk, 17 News, your local election headquarters, and we're keeping a close eye on a ballot proposal that would impose term limits for county supervisors. At today's board meeting, the supervisors discussed the three options in their possible competing initiative that would include: one, to establish no term limits. The other would limit supervisors to 2 or 3 terms, but allow them to run again after a 4-year hiatus. Now, the residents who drafted the original citizens measure to limit the supervisors' term limits held a rally before this morning's meeting, demanding their term limits ballot measure be placed on the November ballot without any competing measures.
That means that they're diluting all of the efforts that we had. We need people with new voices, new experiences, and at the end of the day, it will just confuse voters.
Now, in the end, the supervisors voted to receive and file, meaning the board took no action to move forward with a competing initiative on the ballot. So in November, voters will be able to vote yes or no on enacting the Citizens Term Limit Initiative, limiting supervisors to 8 years in office. 17's Maddie Gannon will have more on both sides of this debate coming up on 17 News at 5. Now, also at this morning's supervisors meeting, officials took a moment to remember firefighter Aiden Agnor, who died last week after a serious car crash on his way to work earlier this month, and Kern County Captain Brian Falk, who died last week at the age of 47 while on duty at Station 23 in Fellows.
Captain Falk was a 20-year veteran. He and I attended the academy together. I knew him well. He is survived by his wife and 2 boys, ages 11 and 13. Captain Falk, he was a great man. He could make you smile. He had a great sense of humor. He was an excellent firefighter. The fire department as a whole is hurting right now. This is unheard of to have 2 deaths in our family in 1 week. But the fire family's strong, it's tight-knit, and we're coming together.
Now, funeral services for Captain Falk will be held Saturday at 3 p.m. at Valley Bible Fellowship Church on East Brundage Lane. GoFundMe accounts have been set up for both firefighters' families. You can find the links to those fundraisers on our website, kget.com. And now to your 17 News Court Watch. 1 day into the murder trial for the men accused in the disappearance and presumed murder of Kristin Smart, the wrap-up of opening statements and the start of testimony has been delayed. Our affiliate KCRA in Sacramento reports court officials only cited the case against Paul and Ruben Flores was, quote, unexpectedly continued to Thursday, but could not say what prompted the continuance or if it was based upon a request from the prosecution, the defense, the judge, or something else. 12 jurors and 8 alternates make up the 45-year-old's jury, and they were seated inside the courtroom during those remarks while the jury for his father, Ruben, was absent. The two are being tried together in connection with Smart's 1996 disappearance from the Cal Poly SLO campus, but each have separate juries and will have separate verdicts.
Hello, this is Tim Callahan with Clinica Sierra Vista, and we're excited to unveil the Community Health Center of the Future, our comprehensive care center. It's located right across the street from Memorial Hospital. We have every service under one roof, from family medicine, OBGYN care, dental services for adults and children, behavioral health, and much more. So find your way to better care at Clinica Sierra Vista this year at our comprehensive care center. Visit our website, clinicasierravista.org, for the latest on this project. We'll see you soon.
And now let's get into the coronavirus as COVID-19 cases continue to rise and the Biden administration now extending the country's public health emergency another 3 months through mid-October. The declaration allows services such as free COVID testing, treatments, and vaccines to continue. It comes as the most contagious Omicron variant yet pushes its numbers to the highest levels we've seen in months. Hospitalizations and deaths also rising. The CDC says nearly half of the U.S. population lives in a county with high COVID levels. So let's take a look at the latest COVID-19 case numbers here in Kern County, as Public Health updated their dashboard this morning to reflect 1,342 new cases and 3 new deaths. State data shows we have 86 patients hospitalized with the virus in the county and 14 listed in intensive care units. And now to this extreme heat around the world. The United Kingdom has hit an all-time record temperature today of 104.4 degrees Fahrenheit. Now the city of London is on fire. The London Fire Brigade declaring a major incident today in response to the huge increase in fires across the British capital amid this unprecedented and deadly heat wave. While 104 may not seem like extreme heat for us, in the UK, the average temperature in July is 74 degrees. London streets saw less traffic as many stayed inside away from the sun. Trains were running at low speed out of concern that the rails would buckle. Many public buildings, including hospitals, don't have air conditioning, a reflection of how unusual such extreme heat like this is for the country that's better known for rain and mild temperatures. Well, and now to business news. One of America's most iconic toy stores returning to brick and mortar retail just in time for the holiday season. Toys R Us will open shops inside every Macy's store in the U.S. by mid-October. The move is part of a rollout that began last year, according to an announcement from both companies. Toys R Us filed for bankruptcy in 2017, and by 2021, the brand had closed its last 2 physical stores. But the launch of the in-store shops comes as toy sales have exploded during the pandemic, with U.S. retail sales of toys generating nearly $29 billion in just last year.
The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.